Used N64 controllers like this one usually have a wobbly stick. You can buy a few types of replacements. As I have a 3D printer, I'm gonna use this PETG version I printed myself at home. But this is not just a plug and play mod. I will need to sand here the bowl so it doesn't have all the steps from the printing process. For that I'm gonna use this rounded bit with my Dremel tool. Also, I'm gonna use some needle files to file places like here, 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 and here, so these little pieces can fit in seamlessly and very well, not like this. This is very stuck. In both of these pieces, there we go. I'm also gonna try to sand over here, so again it runs smoothly against the other plastics. And with the stick itself, it's very likely I need to sand both sides so it doesn't catch in this rail piece. I don't know what to call this. To start, I'm gonna take apart the controller. This is a used controller. Some, if not all, no, not all, some screws are missing. So if yours is complete, there are 2 screws down here that you need to take out. Mine doesn't have those. Again, if your controller has all the screws, you also need to remove these 2. As I said, mine was used. Is used, so I can't really, I don't have that close. There's still one in here. There we go. Oh, here it is. It's still stuck in here. This piece to the side. Now the controller here, I like to already remove the Z button and pull this out. Just nails on the side, wiggle it a little, it's out. Now 3 screws that hold the stick module in. Because now we're gonna work only on this, and this will take a little bit of trial and error, because as precise as 3D printing is, it's also not really precise. Not out yet. You gotta be careful. That's why I'm holding it like this, because there is a spring in there that will pop off. You will lose pieces, so be careful with that. Now, screw here removed. I like to hold the front and go in each of these clips one at a time, like so. This one, it's kind of out. You can see here it separated a bit. Now the same thing on the other side, and there we go. Be careful for it not to explode everywhere. Now, the board, we leave it alone. And now the original analog pieces, you just put it to the side. Maybe keep them if you want, throw them away. It's your analog stick. These wheels you're gonna need. I didn't want to print them because like these spaces here that are used for the optical sensor, I think they are too small for my printer. Remove the other wheel as well. I like to pull the arm up so the nub's like this, like that top nub to the side. and then the larger one I just pull out like that. This we're not gonna use. Now the other black piece, not gonna use. And the original stick, not gonna use. I'm gonna stand off camera because it's a little bit boring for you guys to watch, and I'll come back with the reassembly. So to rebuild everything after sanding, here the bowl I try not to ruin the shape too much, just remove a little bit of the layer lines. It should, wow, it's a bit tight, but it does sit fairly flush in here. Alright, awesome. So grab the wheel. Again, I like to start with the biggest peg down there. So I kind of put like this with the gears. Big peg in, small peg in as well. Same thing on the other side. Big in, small in. And this is not spinning as well. The other one is amazing. Let's do some adjusting on camera then. I hope it's just a little bit of plastic that's out here and not something in the hole there, because if it is something in this hole, that's gonna be a little bit annoying to try and fix. Awesome. Let's see how it goes now. Much better. Right, both sides in, both are running pretty well. Now let's put this in like this. Awesome. Now for the lubricant, you're gonna need it. It's not perfect as the original one. I'm using this jelly lubricant I have, don't really remember what it is, but it's something I really like to use. It's not that liquidy and it does lube stuff pretty well. I've seen people put a lot of lubricant in, I've seen people put almost nothing. I think I like to do a little bit of a middle ground. So down in the bowl I put a lot more. This is too much I'm putting in. Okay. I like to put a lot more down there. Now on the little wells here, this is definitely too much. I'm gonna go back to that one later, because here I want just a thin film, not too much. Let me go back to this first one, try to. Right, I think this is a little bit more than enough. Okay, a little bit of grease inside the casing. I like to already test how the gears are going. This point, they seem to be pretty well. This is not really scratchy. It's always gonna be a little bit scratchy. It's a 3D print. This one I need to sand. This one here on the top, it's not going in. Always good to test before closing, so that way you guarantee this grease. Like to put it on top now, so we have a little bit on the bowl and a little bit between these arms There we go. So to rebuild the stick, I also needed to sand this little ball here on the middle so it sits comfortably in here, because otherwise it might not. I've seen some people put lubricant in this ring. I did that once, but I don't really think it changes anything. Right. This is almost perfect. So let's align everything up. Close it. Oops. I'm gonna screw this in. And now comes the very, very, very annoying and boring part, which is try everything out. Notice I didn't put the board in yet. That's on purpose. It's one piece less from when I opened this up again. So as you can see, side to side is garbage. Side to side is getting really, really stuck. Up and down, up and down. I never had problems, but side to side it's getting a little stuck. One thing that I like to do is take it apart and go piece by piece. So I think it is the larger piece now. Take it apart, back with the large piece, back with. Awesome. It's difficult to do with a piece less, but it does help to diagnose the problem. I recommend not trying to look through a camera. It's it's very difficult. All right. Yeah, it's getting stuck on the sides again. This tells me up and down is great. To test side to side, I need the other piece. There we go. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna use just the small one this time, because I know this is the way to diagnose this problem better. There we go. This is back in. Okay, screwed back together. Now up and down is bad, and testing side to side. You see it goes pretty well. I can feel it catching a little tiny bit, but I don't think it is too bad. What this tells me is the problem is in between here. It's in this little spaces. That means this channel here is going tight against the hammer. That usually causes this is that the hammer is too wide. So go on the sides, a little bit down here, a little bit down here. Remember, I already sanded stuff there, so I don't want to sand it too much. Now let me rebuild with everything. If you need, this is how the pieces need to be when you close it. What's up with the board? Why don't you wanna go in? There we go. Board in. Assembly stick. Alright, to compare benchmarks, this is a original stick, how it should be. This is how this controller came with. And this is the 3D printed one. I can clearly see which one is worse. This was mostly a test. If you want to try at home, good luck. You can do better than me. You can try and print with resin, try to print with a higher quality, I don't know. Or even sand it better. But it's a good story, it's a fun video. I wanted to do this test. I'm gonna leave it like this for a little while. Maybe it wears out a little and becomes a little bit better. Maybe it doesn't, it's just garbage. But that was the video, thanks for watching.